Hi, welcome to another video. I said I would do bluebells. I'm in Emmetts Garden, just on the west side of Kent, near Westerham and Sevenoaks, and it's just full of bluebells. There's other plants as well, wisteria and magnolias and such like, but I think what I can do is get some nice shots. If I can get the sun coming down through the branches and the leaves, then it's just a wash. I think today's exercise is colour. We're going to go for colour, use my polarizer, see what we can capture. So yeah, bluebells in Emmetts Garden. Let's go and find some compositions. This is amazing. Let me give you a live view. I'm going without tripod on this because it's easier not to walk around with the tripod. But the composition is just lovely. The trees and the wash of blue. It might be nicer on the other side, but I don't think I can lose. Wherever I go, I'm going to get a great composition just of the wash of the blues. Even if I zoom in and just get like trunks, I'm going to be torn for compositions. Look at that! Isn't that wonderful? Wow. So a couple of shots from here. But yeah, today's going to be about colour, isn't it? See what you think of these. Emmetts Garden is kind of a spring garden because it's got all the blossom, which I did in my previous video, but it's all this bluebell that's just everywhere. And once spring goes, you can come here and have a walk around. There's really nothing to see. So you've got to capture it just at the right time. So I picked my friends up from the airport today, and they'd said last week when I took them to the airport, hey, should we stop off at Emmetts Garden on the way back? And I was like, nah. And then I did my video, so that is just spectacular. So more scenes of the bluebells and the birch trees. Oh, it's lovely. So what do I see in a composition? You know, I've got this tree just on the left here and that second tree on the right. I see that as a composition. The differing, I think it's all about having the bottom of the trees, the trunks, and just the wash of the flowers. Right, so a couple of shots from here, then there's one I want to show you at the other side there. So we'll go there in a moment. There used to be a tree that I knew of, and in fact this is it, but they've actually fenced it off. But if I can get a nice little composition, it could be a portrait. There's the strange bark and the twisted trunk. I want to kind of isolate that tree out of the right. Getting in there. It has to be in portrait mode, so as he turns the live view, get myself the right composition. I can't take that tree out of the equation, that dead trunk. You work with what you've got, right? So just two shots here. I'm going to go for one landscape and one portrait. I'm at f13. 50th of a second. And we'll go one in landscape, one in portrait. Yeah, that worked. It took me a while to get the settings. Right, let's go and see if there's one or two more shots. Just as the hill goes up to the right there, it's just a wash of blues and purples. Just looks amazing. They've obviously fenced everything off so that you can't trample on the bluebells. Little bits of shafts of sunlight coming through might get us a nice, the odd composition. So I'll take a couple of close-ups. But I need to find the best angle that's going to get me all that wash of purple going up the hill with all the trunks of the trees. I think I can do it. We have the desire, so we can do it. Here's a couple of shots of close-ups while I go and set up for up the hill view. That's interesting. It says a crushed bluebell takes 4 years to recover. 4 years. I can see now why they've put the fencing in. Look at this, it's just lovely. I mean, I've got people around, haven't I? And there's not a lot you can do about that. It's a public place. But the beauty of photography like this is I can isolate a section and make it look like there's nobody around. And in fact, they've walked off. I've got nobody to my right. So I've got it all to myself. Isn't that beautiful? So a lot of zooming in like that. Focus, please. It's all the, what are these? Ash, yews, birches. There's a silver birch there. I can tell the silver birch because it's always got the white bark, hasn't it? Its bark is worse than its, no, stop that. I've got a nice stump there. So quite a few compositions I can make here. I think that's kind of going to be it. I've got my friends, I've arrived here with my friends and I kind of said, let's do Emmetts Garden for the bluebells. And now they realise it's because I wanted to do the video. Oh, but here they are, patiently waiting for me. Last batch of photographs then of this area. Just awash with bluebells. Well, I lost my friends. I don't know where they've gone. They went off on one tangent, I did the other. I was doing some video footage. Fell over, did myself an injury, but that's what you do, right, for photography. You slip and you slide. Now, it's been a bit rushed because I didn't really plan it. I knew I was coming here. I convinced my friends that I'd pick them up from the airport. I don't even remember if I actually ended the video earlier on, but if I did, I'm going to end it again. So it was all done in handheld, for the most part manual priority. In fact, it was all in manual priority. I will have given you settings for each of the images I took. A slight adjustment to exposure compensation here and there, just to bring out the light. But I think that's part and parcel of the more you use your camera, the more you get used to it, is that you slip back into manual mode because you think, well, you know what, I want to control this completely. Like if I'm doing my motorsport, I'm just going to keep it in shutter priority. If I'm doing landscapes and depending on the light, and I've got auto ISO, I'll just leave it on aperture priority and stick it on f11 through f16. But for this kind of shoot, I was taking shots of bluebells close up. I wanted the blurred background, so a really shallow depth of field. So I was pushing it to f4, f3.5, because it's the lowest it'll go on my 18 to 140 lens. So all in all, I've got some nice bluebell pictures. I was quite happy with them. So I will actually end the video here while I wait for my chums to arrive. I shall claim that I had a mishap and fell over, which I did actually. Look at the trouser legs. It said, do not trample on the bluebells because they take 4 years to recover, and they're out falling on them arse overhead. Hey, the channel continues to grow, and it's all because of you lot, liking my videos, leaving comments, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of humbled. It's really nice of you all to, show an interest. Because I'm no Thomas Heaton, I'm no Mads Peter Iverson, I'm no, what's his name, Nigel Danson. But maybe that's par for the course, it's a good thing. You're just the average Joe getting out there with a camera, but I'm actually doing videos about it as well. So 2 years in now, I shall continue to do it because it's fun. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching, bearing with. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.